I try very hard to call out experiences that I'm hearing about in a way that affirms the parent and also speaks to that it sounds like a fairly isolating experience. Some of it is as they're describing the regimen, the day, the good day, all these things, it's a very genuine statement of, oh my goodness, that sounds like a heroic amount of effort that you are putting into maintaining this child's health day to day. You run an ICU in your home. I'm sure you acknowledge that, but I wonder if a lot of other people do as they see you doing all of this, people that come into your home, other things like this. And so it's, I think, a bit of validation, but it's also that calling out of that this isn't normal. This isn't the way that most people live. And I think a lot of our families live in this water, to use that analogy, that they don't see every day because they have to survive and they have to breathe and they have to get through what's going on. And so I really do try to have an intentional focus in my practice of calling out that this is incredible, the work you're doing, and it's heroic level effort. And sometimes it's unsustainable. This sounds like you're not sleeping. Are you sleeping? It's calling out these very specific things. It's not just saying, are you getting support? Do you have support? Because that's good. The intention is good, but it's not enough. It's not enough to be so non-specific about asking about things, because these are not things that people will readily call out about themselves. Generally, they see them, they know them to be true. As soon as you touch on them in the encounter, there's generally some tenderness there that comes up, because it is really a really hard existence for a lot of these families to be day after day taking on all of these things. And so some of it is about just the sheer volume. Some of it is about the sleep. Some of it is about the emotional piece. You can pick up on those emotional words that come up in conversations, that someone blames themselves for something, or is, trying to struggle against feeling like they've given up, or feeling like they're doing less, or feeling like they ought to be something else. You can pick up on those emotional words and don't just let them slide by. It's important to call them out and say, I hear you having some additional layer on top of this task. There's an additional layer there that seems like you feel some obligation or some sense of judgment from someone about this. Could you speak more about that? Could I understand a little bit more about how that's coming up for you? And the power of the validation that then can come in those conversations can be so incredible, to really have people feel like someone sees them for all of the heroics that they're doing on a day-to-day basis. It's so critical to these relationships, and to really giving true support to our caregivers for all that they do.